for scum.
Double KO! That's 3!
Just a little pleasure, right?
I am ready to put on a show!
Born again!
Marvel Rivals hardly needs any introduction or explanation. Taking some of the most inspiring and sinister characters from one of the most popular franchises on the planet and throwing them into a 6v6 shooter straight out of the Overwatch handbook basically amounts to an instant success. After spending over 20 hours with Marvel Rivals, it's evident that this clash of heroes and villains has considerably more substance than the Marvel licensing alone. This hero shooter takes care to illuminate the unique qualities of its iconic cast with an overt emphasis on fun for the player. At its core, Marvel Rivals is impressive, chaotic fun that had me queuing up for match after match with hardly any complaints. The main draw of Marvel Rivals is obviously its larger-than-life characters. You have all the notable staples here, including Spider-Man, Iron Man, and the Incredible Hulk. But with 33 characters at launch and more on the way, there's absolutely no shortage of variety and playstyles here. Sure, Marvel Rivals might be borrowing pretty much the kitchen sink from Overwatch, but a large portion of the playable heroes and villains use melee as their primary attack, including Iron Fist, Spider-Man, and Black Panther. No two characters really feel the same, and that's because developer NetEase has done a fantastic job of designing each character to feel distinct and showcase the powers and abilities that make them iconic in ways that result in frenetic fun on the battlefield. Every character's aesthetic design, movement, passive and active abilities, and powerful ultimate move seem meticulously curated to make them both faithfully unique and remarkably fun to play. As Venom, players can swing through the air, envelop and poke enemies with tentacle-like extensions, and devour a group of enemies at once in a massive ultimate attack. Meanwhile, Storm players can strike with lightning, thunder, and a devastating tornado.
Double KO!
If you stuck with us this far into the video, we are What's New Video Games, a very, very small review outlet. And we try to jump in games early and tell you what we think, but the opportunities that we get depend on your support. So, we really appreciate all of our subscribers and everyone that watches our videos. If you wouldn't mind liking the video and considering subscribing to the channel, it really helps us out and puts us in a position to do review videos in the future. Thanks again for watching, and we hope you enjoy the rest of this review. When selecting one of the 33 mutants and metahumans to choose from in Marvel Rivals, there is an element of strategy to incorporate into that decision. The extensive roster of villains and heroes is divided into archetypes. There are the Vanguards, which function as the tank class by holding the front line and assaulting the opposition head-on with brute force strength. Meanwhile, Duelists are meant to be more aggressive, damage-dealing characters with a high capacity for eliminations.
Judge, jury, executioner!
Finally, there are the Strategists, a complex set of characters which offer various support capabilities, including healing, to help the team stay in the fight.
Revenge is the most visceral of impulses. We are undefeatable! Chin up.
Team comps featuring each particular archetype are not required, but a healthy variety is optimal. What's more, having a diverse squad is incentivized by the game's rather unique team-up system, which adds further depth to gameplay in noticeable ways. Venom can give Spider-Man and Penny Parker the capabilities of the Black Symbiote. Luna Snow upgrades Namor and Jeff the Landshark's water attacks into ice. Scarlet Witch can buff Magneto's greatsword with chaos energy. Bruce Banner charges Doctor Strange and Iron Man with gamma radiation, which, don't ask me how that works exactly. Jeff and Rocket can each ride Groot. Thor gives Storm an additional lightning ability. Hela can revive Thor and Loki. And Adam Warlock can give both Mantis and Star-Lord an incredibly useful self-revive, which had me choosing Star-Lord or Mantis every game that a Warlock was on my team. Indeed, these team-ups provide an extensive amount of depth to team compositions and strategy, and set Marvel Rivals apart from Overwatch in a very notable way. Likewise, they're in keeping with the themes of Marvel, which often has heroes assemble in teams to conquer a bigger evil when their singular powers alone would not be sufficient. You can even request a team-up on the selection screen, which is a rather clever inclusion given the lack of role requirements. Overall, the team-ups make the game unique and amplify the power fantasy that plays out in every match by bringing many of the heroes' potency to new extremes. The inclusion makes the game more fun than without it, and opens the door for additions, changes, and tweaks that can keep the meta fresh and provide longevity for the game with its future content.
Riding shotgun for a spider.
As far as game modes go, there are multiple types in Marvel Rivals, including one that requires picking up dropped orbs from defeated enemies, similar to Call of Duty's Kill Confirmed, along with escorting a payload or capturing and defending a hardpoint in modes that seem ripped right out of Overwatch. However, Rivals has the additional feature of destructible level geometry, which adds to the chaos of firefights and brawls, but also creates an even greater tactical ceiling, both literal and figurative, for those who want to exploit every advantage. Not to worry though, this destructibility can't be abused because the architecture will replace itself after a certain window of time. There is also a designated ranked queue, which will entice more competitive players, although I'm not sure that Rivals is so much balanced as it is box office fun. To that end, I did want to levy a minor complaint regarding the variety in terms of selection of heroes that you can play as. It felt marginally less fun to play as a backline supporting character instead of some of the more overtuned damage dealers such as Hela or Black Widow, and that's even in spite of the fantastic team-up system. That's just my opinion, and it's probably a skill issue, but I didn't feel as though the strategist heroes felt as impressive or powerful, even if I was making a difference for my team in a more tactical sense, when compared to the, say, ridiculous damage output of characters like the Punisher, with whom it was not all that uncommon for me to reach a kill streak of 10 eliminations or more. Marvel Rivals left me simultaneously satisfied and hungry for more, and that's the mark of an exemplary multiplayer title. I was worried that this would be an Overwatch facsimile with a deceptively shiny coat of Marvel paint over it, but instead I found a game with a remarkable amount of substance and fun factor. The fundamentals here are solid, and minor balancing issues aside, it feels like NetEase has knocked it out of the park as far as offering a competent multiplayer shooter. There are skins, events, new characters, and a battle pass to keep players engaged for the long haul, and I am incredibly eager and optimistic to see what this game will offer content-wise in the coming months. Marvel Rivals is not only an impressive multiplayer hero shooter, it's one of the best games to release this year, and I personally consider it a hella good time.
Anybody who has the chance can be a hero. I believe that.